Wasn't that long ago, meat substitutes were, a fringe option on many menus, but consumer palates, they have come a long way. Plant-based proteins made from things like peas and soy and quinoa, they're a sizzling trend right now. Stock markets are reflecting that shift. CBC business reporter Diane Buckner has a story about this trend. It'll be on the National tonight, but right now we get a sneak peek because she's here in studio. What is it that has everyone so excited about this plant-based protein? And does it really taste like meat? Because everyone wants to know that, right?
Of course. I think like any phenomenon, there's a whole bunch of different factors at play. Like one is definitely health. Like Health Canada put out a new food guide in January, and one of the things it says in there is choose protein from plants more often. Right? Also concern for the environment. Like a growing number of consumers are aware that growing livestock for meat takes a lot of land, water, resources, etc. So it's seen as a more enlightened option. People who are concerned about animal welfare, for example. However, the thing that's happening now, Suhana, it's not for vegetarians, it's not for vegans. They want these products to be for everybody, and so they're making them taste good. I don't know whether you ever had a veggie hot dog back in the day.
I've had veggie burgers before back in the day.
Yes.
Not the best experience.
Exactly. The producer I'm working with, his comment was they tasted like sawdust pucks, right? Well, of course, now they're processing them with lots of fat and salt and spices, and apparently they taste absolutely delicious.
So are these new, and they're plant-based proteins, when you add all that stuff, are they healthy for you?
Well, it's interesting. We were surprised to learn on this. When we looked at the nutritional information on the A&W website, there's more fat in their Beyond Meat burger, which is the meat-free option, than there is in a teen burger with cheese and bacon. Okay, so 29 grams versus 26 grams.
Pulling my jaw off the studio floor right now.
But now, some nutritionists will tell you, like, fat's not the enemy, it's actually sugar or this or that. And a nutritionist would need to tell you, what are the trade-offs you might want to make for your own personal health, if you want a more plant-based and less fat or whatever. But my story on the National tonight is really just focusing on the overall phenomenon and all the business opportunities. So I interviewed Michael McCain, he's the CEO of Maple Leaf Meats, like meat company, but now he's describing it as a protein company. They've invested something like $600 million in the plant-based trend. Of course, meat is always going to be part of Maple Leaf, but let's have a listen to what Michael McCain told us.
We have a $3.5 billion business in the meat protein business, but I suspect, given the compound growth rates in plant-based protein, which are hyper growth today, it's growing at a category growing at well over 30% a year at this moment. So given those growth rates, I think in 5 years' time, we expect it'll be a significant part of our portfolio.
So you can see why they're also keen to get on this. I mean, 30% growth in a category is absolutely huge.
No kidding. And what about other companies? I mean, you see one doing well and expecting growth, and all of a sudden there's this herd of companies. Can I say that? A herd of companies.
It is. That is what's happening right now. There are so many. I mean, last week there was a lot of news about Beyond Meat because it listed, they make the patties for A&W. It's a California company. They listed on the stock market. Stock shot up 163% in that first day of trading. There's another burger called the Impossible Burger that is supposedly coming to Burger King. Again, plant-based. There's all sorts of different products as well, sausages, deli slices. The Maple Leaf brand is called Light Life, and they have another one called Field Roast. All meatballs, like all these different sorts of things. And then, of course, grocery stores are seeing the opportunity. They're starting to put it in the butcher section. It used to be maybe in the produce section because it was plant-based. Well, now you're going to see it in the meat case. Here's your meat alternative. And then you have to see the story tonight. We also included a young entrepreneur, 28 years old, in London, Ontario. She makes cheese from cashews.
Really?
So nuts for cheese.
I love cheese. I should try it.
Yeah, well, and look at that. I mean, it looks like blue cheese. But again, it's this move away from animal protein, right? That you can get this product. I mean, just 4 years ago, she was selling it sort of artisanal at farmers markets. Now she's in 800 stores across Canada and has had to move into a bigger facility, has a staff of 22 and a bunch of different flavors. It's kind of amazing.
You know what? Looking forward to the story.
Yes,
tonight on the National.
Thank you, Suhana.
Thank you, Diane. CBC business reporter Diane Buckner.